What's going on, everybody? I got a beautiful beer here I'm going to crack open. I was going to go live, and I thought about doing a thumbnail, and I thought about doing a title and all that shit. And I just said, you know what? That's so annoying. Let's just get rid of the clickbait. Let's get rid of the whatever, the people who are too lazy to click a video and find out what it is. And let's just focus on the people that want to change their lives, shall we? So cheers to that. I'm not even going to share this on socials. I don't care. Y'all can view it after the fact. Those that want to change their lives, you got to be eager. You got to be ready. You got to be ready to get it. Let's go. Let's be always on the jump, you know. I'm just kidding. I know you're with friends and family and you got stuff to do. It's XRP day, you know, things to be thankful for and things to celebrate. So just love it. I like, you know, when you build up all this anticipation for a live stream, you know, you get so many people joining. Whereas when you start the live stream without any notice, you got like 0 viewers for like a good 20 seconds to like a minute. And then everybody starts pouring in because the YouTube algorithm gets with it or whatever. But on my channel, it's a little different because we promote MJ, and that's not very liked by the algorithm. And we promote crypto, which is finally starting to be liked by the algorithm. But we'll just do a quick update. If anybody has any quick questions, anybody has any ticker requests, please let me know. We'll get to any member requests first. And like I said, just coming on, gonna hang out, gonna have a beer with y'all and celebrate an awesome day. We could see bullish continuation patterns here on some of our crypto names. It's 2 minutes though, and no people have joined, so I'm a little skeptical. Did I start the live stream? Let me just see here. Yeah, no, I think we're live. So if someone can just type in the chat. I know everybody's probably off getting shots and whatnot, all kinds of molos and MJ infused beverages because XRP's finally through the regulatory gauntlet. But let me know if you can hear me. Just want to make sure I'm coming through okay. But yeah, it's been a great day. It's been a great year. It's been a great decade. It's been a great life. You know, it's been awesome. To all the douchebags and people who said that, oh, XRP is a security. Like, okay, go fly a kite, bud. Like, we do not care what you have to say ever. So please stop talking. Like, you ever notice how funny it is how people talk about how shitty XRP is? Well, if it's so shitty, why are you talking about it, right? Like, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this stuff out. Obviously, it's some sort of threat, right? Yeah, but the funny thing is back in the internet days, you didn't have like dial-up internet people being like, yo, let's flex dial-up internet, you know? Like, we're the best. It's us or nothing. It's one dial-up to rule them all. You know? There was none of that. And then when high speed came along, it wasn't, you know, you didn't have the high speed army. It was just users looking for the best experience. So then when you come to crypto and people put their hard-earned dollars behind a project, which we couldn't do in the early days of the Internet of Information, or in the protocol, the TCP/IP or the SMTP, the email protocol or the Internet protocol or whatever protocol it was, FTP, like file transfer protocol, right? Whatever it is, you couldn't invest in the protocol. Now you can. Right? And that's why you have all this tribalism, right? Can you imagine being like, no, TCP/IP is the best. No, SMTP is the best. No, FTP is the best. Like, this would be stuff that's like it wouldn't even, it's arcane. It doesn't even make sense to people, right? But yet people are like, no, ERC20 is the best, or SHA-256 hash is the best. Like, it doesn't even make any sense. It's just stupidity. No one gives a shit, right? What like drives Bitcoin behind the scenes? No one gives a shit what drives XRP, what the consensus mechanism, whether it's mining, staking, proof of Byzantine agreement or whatever it is, federated Byzantine agreement. Like, no one cares, right? You're not using an iPhone being like, hey, how does this iPhone work? I wanna like dissect it a little bit here and look at all the chips and the microprocessors and everything, and I'm gonna take the HTC or the Samsung, and I'm gonna break apart the circuit boards and see which one's the best, which protocol and which hardware is the best. No, it doesn't work that way. Okay, people want it to work like an automobile. They want it to work when they need it to work, and they want to go from point A to point B. They want to do what they set out to do and not question it. You don't have to be an expert in a cell phone or microchips or circuit boards to understand how an iPhone works, right? The whole point of an iPhone is that you don't need to understand how it works. It's just a seamless user experience that's amazing, right? So why would anybody in their right mind want to use Bitcoin that costs a shit ton amount, right, to send it? It takes 10 minutes to an hour, sometimes more, depending on high congestion. And basically, if every person on the planet were to use Bitcoin, you'd only be given like 1 or 2 transactions in your lifetime, because that's the throughput that this fucking thing has, right? Like, anybody with a brain would know that it's destined to fail. XRP was created by Bitcoin developers to create a better Bitcoin, and in my opinion, to create what Bitcoin set out to do but failed, right? So we'll look at some charts. I'm looking at some new setups. I'm looking at BTCC, and if we go 19 traders now, copy traders. So we go here, we look at POW. We finally got a little bit of an update. It says I'm at a win rate of 83%, but I just closed another one, so that's probably closer to 90 now. Justin, you're the one filling up the charts, the comments here in my chat. So let's jump into it here. Good evening, Rod. I'm doing like fantastic, man. It's been a great day. I'm on my like 3rd beer at the moment. I'm feeling great. How's the family and being a dad? It's amazing. I dropped my daughter off today at daycare. I came home. I went to the sauna. Went to the gym. Did a bunch of work that I love to do. Don't even consider it work. And before you know, I was like, oh my God, it's time to go pick my daughter up. Like a job I hate, right? It's like, oh, when can I leave? No, I was like, oh my God, I need more time. And then I was like, oh, I gotta go pick my daughter. I'm all excited for that. And then I went to daycare today to pick her up. And she was outside. And I came in through one side and she was at the other side. And she seen me all the way over at the other side and like beelined directly for me. And like, there's no better feeling than that, man, to just like see your daughter and her like instantly know you and then instantly be excited, and then like not just like a slow paced walk or a light jog, like a full out sprint, you know, and not even just the sprinting aspect, like the lunge at the end when they like fall into you is the best. Like that's when my heart absolutely crumbles. Just love that about, you know, being a dad. And I'm sure that it's not just my daughter, right, or daughters in general, or sons or whatever. Like I'm sure that's probably I think I did that to my dad, right? But there's no better feeling than that final lunge when they're just like no care, no worries, and they're just like right into your arms, right? And they know you're gonna catch them. So yeah, I'm doing fantastic, man. Thank you very much. It's been an absolute just dream come true and experience of a lifetime. Actually, I would recommend anybody, like if you obviously financing permitted and like relationship permitted, you don't want to enter into a fatherhood or motherhood with a toxic relationship or no finances. That's going to just be a recipe for disaster and create. But I mean, even if you do that, like if you love each other, right? If you love your partner, and like you're going to figure out a way, right? Money doesn't, like there's never going to be a perfect time. But I would say the most worst time to have a kid is in a toxic relationship, right? But as long as you're, able to grow, and that's the main thing. How's Tilray looking, by the way? Did your gut feeling do? I just posted a video on that one, actually. So you can check that out. But yeah, organically hit $1 before September. I don't think it's the end of the world. I think they'll get an extension anyway, right? Like VFF cut an extension in 2023, so they had a full year. And then they got another warning in 2024, and they were given another 6 months extension. So why the hell can't Tilray get one, right? Like VFF got 2. Why can't Tilray get 1? That puts us into March 20th, 2026. So honestly, it's not even in my brain. If you, one thing I noticed, man, like if you're always worrying about the what ifs, you're gonna miss the opportunities now, right? Like look at Bitcoin. They've said for how many years that quantum computing is going to crack all private keys of Bitcoin and they're going to steal all your Bitcoin, right? Well, that's been a thing for the last 10 years, probably, right? That's always been a FUD point, a fear, uncertainty, and doubt point that they came up with at the beginning of Bitcoin. But if you listen to that when Bitcoin was at 6 cents or $6 or $60 or $600 or $6,000 or $60,000, guess what? You lost every single time, right? So if you're looking at the reverse split being like, well, if it happens or if it doesn't, like, I don't give a shit. Like, I'm buying Tilray. Tilray's the best company on the fucking planet, bar none, for a cannabis company. Like, there's not even a close second. In my opinion, it's Curaleaf, if I were to pick a second, but there's not even a close second. So I don't care if it's a reverse split, not a reverse split. I'm buying Tilray, right? But I own more XRP dollar-wise than I do Tilray because I understand bull markets versus bull cycle, bear markets versus bull cycles, and bull cycles versus bear cycles, bull markets versus bear markets, right? We're in a bull market in crypto. We've been in one since 2020. We've been in a bear market in MJ since 2021. So where's and look at it, right? Like it doesn't take a genius to figure it out either. Like I love that you love that you love cannabis because that's my passion. That's my number one passion. That's my number one focus on this channel. But let's just look. Market cap of crypto is almost $4 trillion. $4 trillion. Okay. What's the global market cap and of cannabis market? We're at 125 billion to 444 billion by 2030, folks. You're comparing apples to grapes here, okay? Or like oranges, like massive, like maybe even watermelons to grapes, right? Like MJ being grapes and crypto being watermelons. Like, it's not even a close second, right? Like, we're talking about the market's 4 trillion now. And by 2030, they're saying like 100 billion, 200 billion for cannabis. Like, go where the money's at, folks, right? And go where the bull market is at. We've been in a bull market since 2020 in crypto, right? That's why I put all my biases aside. I put all my passions aside. I love cannabis. I would rather cannabis be a $4 trillion market other than crypto, but crypto is the internet of value, right? If the internet of information has created the world's first $1 trillion companies, what's the internet of value going to create? It's going to create the world's first 10 or $20 trillion companies and the world's first trillionaire, right? I'm not focusing on all my money on cannabis, right? Like, why would I? I'd love to if it was already at 4 trillion, but it's not. So we have to call a spade, right? And we have to focus on that. So, like I said, like I've got my cannabis place, right? But I'm not worried about a reverse split. I'm buying it long before because guess what? By the time we find out that there is no reverse split, if there isn't one, it's going to be way higher. It's just like VFF. Look at VFF. This thing was doomed to be reverse split again a second time, right? Like, oh my God. And then they got rid of their, which I said I didn't like VFF because of their stupid veggie business. And then they divested that. And I said, okay, I like them now. And I bought a shit ton at like 50 cents and 60 cents. And guess what? It just hit almost $2, right? But people want to buy it at $2 because the price is going up, right? I was buying it long before then. And I said my biggest concern with VFF was their stupid veggie business, right? And then they divested that. So what, is Rod like a genius or something? Maybe. I don't know. This was also an inverse head and shoulders, which OGI had. If we go to OGI on the daily time frame, there was an inverse head and shoulders, and we oh my God, look at that thing. Like, that is, who the hell in their right mind doesn't believe in technical analysis? I drew this forever ago, and it's been a while. And that thing fucking hit perfectly. Like, I know it's late, so, like, my daughter and everybody else's daughter, son, whatever's gone to bed, but, like, fucking grow up and, like, give your head a shake. If you don't think technical analysis is true, I drew this fucking weeks ago, and here we are right at that fucking target. Like, fuck off. Like, I'm so done with people, like, trying to convince them, oh, Ripple's not going to be the most valuable company in the world. XRP's not going to be. XRP's a security. It's not a security. Tilray's going to go bankrupt. Like, you haven't done 1,000 hours worth of research into all of these companies and projects and assets. So why am I going to sit here for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, try to convince you, somebody who is a complete moron, probably, and who would never ever invest 10 minutes, let alone 100 hours or 1,000 hours like I've done, to convince you? So I'm done convincing people. Either you listen to me or not. I'm done. Like, I'm not here to convince people to gain. Like, look at all these people that are finally starting to cover XRP now, right? Just as the case ends. But then look where they started to cover XRP. Let's go to Pal Group. And let's look at my first XRP video ever. Was I doing it for views? No, because I'm a cannabis-centric channel. I was like hated by the algorithm in the early days. So let's just go to my oldest videos. These are from 4 or 5 years ago when I first started my channel. It's actually longer than that. It was in YouTube's kind of stupid with it when it comes to that. This was in I was in 2020. I started in 2018, but I only got comfortable producing in 2020. But let's go. It was in March, or no. It was in December because that's when the stupid lawsuit hit. So let's go. I've already been down this road once before. Let's go to... I should have a date on here somewhere. September? No. No. Yeah, it was right around here because the stupid C19. Oh man, it's such a blast from the past looking at these thumbnails. Where the hell is it? God damn it. Yeah, it's coming up. Oh, yeah, right here, Election Day. So that would have been November. Here we go. We're getting close. Here we go. What do we just do? Control F, XRP that. Shit. No. No, no, no. Okay. Give me a second. Like, if you stick with me, folks, there's 14 people viewing. I know you're not here for XRP. I know you're not here for Tilray. I know you're here for life-changing wealth. Why? Because I created a video without any thumbnail, without any clickbait. And guess what? Y'all 14 people that are watching right now, my fucking life mission, real with you right now, my fucking life mission is to make every single one of you, like, beautiful people listening to me. I could, like I said, I could be here doing a million other things. My goal is to make you filthy stinking rich. And guess what? The people that have the thumbnails of their face exploding like, oh, XRP to 1,000. Yeah, fuck them. Like, we hate them people. Oh my God, I can't stand them. Like, give me value. I want value. I want to be taught something. I don't want to be full of hopium. Like, there's so many people doing that. I'm so not about that. I'm so against that. And guess what? If y'all follow me for longer than like 5 minutes, 5 seconds, whatever it is that most people do, you're going to be super happy you did. But okay, we're getting close. Hang on a second here. It was right around November. Okay, so it was in December. So November again. Right here. December 4th. It was like December 20th. It was like the Grinch stole Christmas, right? The stupid SEC. Which we know that it wasn't the SEC, right? It was the elites. It was the whole world order, the new world order, trying to slow XRP down and Ripple down. But not only that, to give them clarity, but also to slow them down for 5 years. 5 fucking years, man. This court case lasted. And it wasn't even like fraud or criminal activity. And guess what? Through the 5 fucking years, they didn't find one fucking email, one text message, one anything that showed Ripple wrong. It was just, like, Ripple the Halo, right? It's just such bullshit that I can't stand the U.S. government. I've never been more happy to be Canadian. I would never fucking live in the U.S. ever because of this. Like, I've seen how corrupt your government is. I know that all governments are corrupt, but your government is by far the corrupt. That's why I hate all politics. Don't think that I love one side or the other. Oh, this guy's a Trump maximum. He's blue or the right. No, I'm fucking gray because I hate all of it. They're all Satan is the way I see it. They're all fucking terrible. And they fucking hate the people. They hate their own people. If they liked America, fucking cannabis would be legal by now. Okay? Like, every one of the fucking politicians in the U.S. should be fucking fired. Every one of them. And never allowed back ever again. With prejudice. That's how strongly I feel about these idiots. They're so fucking dumb. Like, I'm so pissed off because, like, I get so mad. Like, it took 5 fucking years. Guess what? In Canada, we treat crypto like stocks. If you have a capital gain, it's the same as a stock, and it didn't take us 10 years to figure it out. It's all a facade, folks. It's all bullshit. You didn't just have one administration come in and be like, nah, it doesn't make any sense. And then the next one come in and all of a sudden it makes sense. No, it was created that way for a reason. They did that for a fucking reason. They did that to slow the industry down and to give Ripple the free, like the regulatory clarity, while they gave Bitcoin and Ethereum a free pass. But now they're giving the actual pass, not a free pass, case law to XRP and Ripple. And like I said, through all of their discovery, right, in their legal case, through their discovery, not a single goddamn thing found about Ripple. And these assholes that are Bitcoin maximalists and Ethereum maximalists, they don't have a fucking clue what they're talking about. They don't know their fucking gooch from their ass crack, okay? They're all fucking retards. And excuse my French, because that's what they are. They're not even that. They're not even. I'm just so fired up. They're not actually dumb. They know what they're doing. They're smart, but they're disguised as, well, I just don't understand this XRP thing. I just don't understand this high-speed internet thing. But this dial-up internet thing, I get, right? And then look at Mike Novogratz, Galaxy Digital. Just found out that they own $30 million worth of XRP when they were, like, look at JP Morgan. I said, we'll fire anybody who talks about crypto to our clients. Tries to push crypto on our clients. And now they're developing their own JPM coin. Like, these people are evil, folks. And if you tune into CNBC or BNN or whatever it is, like CNN or what, like any mainstream news media outlet, consider them all evil. They're all terrible. Jim Cramer is like the epiphany of like the devil, right? Like he's the like the human in flesh of the devil. We just recently said that in August and September are the hardest months to make money, and here we are making money hand over fist. Like, this guy's an absolute joke. But anyways, he's just a plant by all the elites. But let's go back to this video. This was from over 4 years ago. This was December 29th, 2020, and only 278 views. So fuck, what did I change? 278 people's lives? No, fuck no. Out of those 278 views, probably 200 were cannabis, and we're like, oh, not interested in this. Out of those 78 remaining, I like Bitcoin, right? What the fuck is this scam XRP? So maybe eight people's lives I changed, right? And then let's just look at the scale. Bitcoin was at 27,000. Okay, what else? Oh, XRP was at 21 cents, folks. And here we are. XRP's at 334, confirming an hourly bull flag and a weekly bull flag, which is a target of $8.64. XRP's number 3, folks. It passed Ethereum in 2018. It's going to pass it again, and then it's going to pass Bitcoin, and it's not going to fucking look back. Like, that's... It's so funny that people are like, oh my god, like, I can't believe this is happening. And I'm like, well, if you put 1,000 hours worth of research into it, then you'd be like, I think it was Chris in the Power Group Private Community that asked me today, when are you going to get excited? I don't get excited, I get mad. Like, people got excited today when the XRP case ended? No, fuck no. Not me. I was like, fucking stupid U.S. government. I don't care if you're current, old, new, future, past, present. You're all fucking high. And you're not high on MJ, a Schedule fucking 3 drug or descheduled drug. You're high on fucking meth, okay? And y'all need to be fired and never allowed back ever again because you're corrupt as they get. Let's put it that way. They're all fucking corrupt. They're terrible human beings. They were sent here from Satan's spawn, and they're all terrible fucking people. Is that what you want to hear? Because like that's the truth. If you want to, you know, should I do a $1,000 XRP video right after this, or do you want to know my own thoughts and opinions? Because I don't care. Like I could do a $1,000 XRP video right after this and maybe make $100. Well, I don't know what Jake Claver make or Mickle make or whatever these other fuckers do, right? Like what do they do with their $1,000, $2,000 predictions, right? What are they making? Like $800 a video, $1,000 a video, $2,000 every single video they make? No. Guess what I make on a video? $5, $10. You think I care about $500? You have any idea how much money I have into XRP alone? You think I care about $5 or $500? Like when XRP goes up 1 penny, guess how much more than I make than $500? A lot. So I don't give a shit about $500 for a video, $800 for a video, $2,000 video, because guess what? I don't need to. And I'm not a complete fucking scumbag. So, yeah. To say that XRP is going to $1,000, like Jake Claver said 2025, well, here we are, bud. It's July, and we're at $3. So, float. Just go away. Like you're not helping anyone. What about Apple? I heard they signed a big deal the other day. Yeah, I think it was with the government. Can we look at Norwegian Cruise Line? They were $60 pre-COVID NCLH. Yeah, we can take a quick peek and look at that. Sorry, I got off on a tangent here. And like I said, like people get excited when this shit happens, and I'm like, not me. I get mad. Like, why did it take 5 years? Like, it's so dumb. It's, oh my God. Like, my brain, I can't do it. So this one, looking kind of toppy on the daily time frame. We just hit daily oversold. We have this bearish RSI divergence with lower highs, lower lows on the price, RSI, and higher lows and higher highs on the price. And we could confirm a daily downtrend here. Closing near the low of the day. Key support going to be 23.72. If we lose that, could be heading to daily oversold and could easily drop back down to around $20. So if we hold 23.72 and then we break 27.10 resistance, then that looks like a potential 2-day bull flag. And yes, this is what 1,000 hours worth of research does. You don't even have to zoom out to the next time frame, you just automatically know. So if we go here from the low to the high, move it out to the 0.325, there you go. Looking at $30. So again, do I know what's going to happen? Fuck no. Do I care what happens? No. Do I know what to look for? Yes. So what I look for is support at, what did I say? 23.72. Lose that, probably heading back to 21.45. But as long as we hold 20.45, that's still a potential 2-day bull flag, and then we're targeting $30. Lose 21.45, probably heading back down to around $20. You sound fantastic. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I've been dropping a lot of F-bombs and other stuff. Well, we got 21 viewers now. It's not... Oh, wow. Look at all the non-clickbaiters. I started this video with no clickbait, no title. I said, I am live. But should I go to the YouTube studio and turn it to 1,000 or... No, you know what? I think it's time. The XRP lawsuit's over, guys. $10,000 XRP thumbnail. Maybe I'll make 10 grand on this video, folks. Maybe I'll make $10,000 off of you guys clicking on my video and getting fuck all for value. Should I do that? No, I'm not going to do that because I'm not a complete asshole. Glad to hear you're enjoying it. That's so cute. Being a dad is better than Tilray at $50. Yeah, I mean, it really is. Like, at the end of the day, like, who gives a shit if Tilray's $5, $50, $100, $500, $5,000? If you're on your deathbed tomorrow or next year or whatever, God forbid, you ain't going to give a fuck about Tilray. You're going to be like, where the hell's my daughter? Where the hell's my son? Right? Where's my family? And I think a lot of us get lost in that, and we have to remind ourselves that these are just numbers on a screen, right? And the crypto market's way worse. Like crypto is very reminiscent of cannabis. Actually, cannabis is so full of like MSO gang, right? Like that's so dumb. Anybody who has MSO gang in there, like I instantly unfollow them. Like you're an idiot. Like your IQ is so low, it's like below like the surface of the planet. Like you're so dumb. Like to think that is just, I know what it is. It's just people were butthurt. They were hurt by cannabis in the early days in Canada. Okay, well, did you start a fucking business and excel and do awesome? Okay, well then shut your fucking mouth, right? You didn't fucking do it. You didn't go through it. It's very difficult. I grew cannabis for like 3 years after they legalized it here in Canada in 2018. Guess what? It's not fucking easy. And to do it at $1 million or 1 million square feet, right? Like, these people are so dumb. Like, it's just so funny. Like, especially the cannabis industry, because you have nobody who knows anything about finance. At least with crypto, you got people coming from the finance background, TradFi, traditional finance. But when you're talking about, like, cannabis investors, like, coming in like, I smoke like a big fucking bong rip, man. And, like, what is going on with these people? They can't grow some weed? It's like, oh my God, you're so dumb. Like, go hit the bong again, please. Yeah. Rod is seriously tipsy, almost slurring. No, I've had 3 beers, so, like, piss off. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, like, fuck you, man. Like, what are you talking about? Like, we're talking about my daughter. We're having a good time here, and you're talking like, fuck you. Like, you're banned. Like, hang on a second here. Let's go ban this person. Fucking telling me my speech is fucking slurred. Like, if it was, who cares? Stop being a fucking prick. Hang on, sorry folks, we're gonna put a damper in this because we got fucking assholes in the house. Talking about my daughter and having a good time and how these assholes and like... Alright, sorry folks, we gotta deal with some ads here too because we got assholes in the house. Not very often we have assholes, but... yeah, we get them from time to time, you know, the world's full of them. You hear a humpback whale, let me know that shit's weird, but the assholes are very, very common these days. But yeah, let me just... oh, I gotta go to live stream. Okay, sorry folks, yeah. We have the asshole to thank for this one. But yeah, let's just bring this up and never hear from this person ever again. Alright, here we go. Hang on a second. Oh, this is going to feel good. Hide user from the channel. Perfect. Oh, great. I love having this power over YouTube. All right, sweet. Assholes are gone. Okay, anybody else want to be an asshole? All right, let's go. Well, I'll click ban on you too. I don't give a shit. You're here to make money. You're here to talk about good things, life. Oh, look at that. XRP just hit 335. We don't give a shit about people who think that... whatever. Here on my free time, and you're going to talk to me like... yeah. I told you at the beginning of the live stream I was having a beer. I said it was my 3rd one. Pretty sure I'm not fucking slurring and sounding like a complete fucking drunk. Like... so happy to hear that. Yes, I completely agree. Best feeling, bro. Sorry, man, your comment got hidden by a complete asshole, but guess what? We're good now. Hitting up that Sonic this weekend, Montreal Music Festival. Awesome. I wish they would be selling cannabis drinks. Yeah, they're doing it already in Edmonton, and there was actually Atlantic something airline was doing between like Los Angeles and something in the U.S. They're going to be selling cannabis-infused beverages on flights, so... yeah, times there are changing Or should I say, time to play Ark by changing because I'm slurring my words. I'm jealous. I wish I was having a drink too. Oh, well, great. Well, if you were having a drink, we could both be slurring. And we can both click ban on assholes. Okay, here we go. Now I want a gin and watermelon slushy. Okay, well, guess what? Did you all know you're alcoholics and slurring your words before you even started drinking? Oh, I'm just having fun. Yeah, let's just forget about assholes. He's gone now. She, he, whatever. Drink some water, healthy and refreshing. Yeah, I drink like 4 liters a day, so preaching to the choir here. How do you purchase Ripple? Great question. Unless you mean XRP and you're conflating the two, Ripple's a company, a centralized company with a board of directors and governing rights, etc. XRP is a digital asset that has no board of directors and governing rights. It's alphanumeric code that is decentralized. So you'll have to be more specific, Armando. Are you talking about Ripple or XRP? One's a company, centralized company. One's a decentralized digital currency. Holding for 5 years. I've been holding since 2017. But yeah, kudos to you, my friend. Like it's not easy, right? Going through a complete bullshit lawsuit, and it was such bullshit from the beginning. Look at this go. Oh, I was thinking about entering a trade too on that one. The one I just put a trade through a limit order, and I was looking to enter it on the hourly bull flag, and I was looking at 320 for the 0.32 fib, and we just didn't get there. So anyway, not going to beat myself up. Had the right idea. Still an hourly bull flag. Oh, I just burped. Am I drunk? Am I slurring? But yeah, let's look at the hourly bull flag target here. So if we go from the low to the high there, you're looking at 356. There we go. Yeah, 356. So we're getting close. Folks, we're going to be at like $4 or $5 in no time. Like, it's going to be like you blink and then you're there. But yeah, let's just take a look at the copy trading here. Look, I surprised myself. And guess what? Oh, 19 copy traders now. The reason why I'm doing so good is because I got the PAL algo alerts. Like, it's so easy. Like, look at all this stuff. Like, I go over here to PAL algo alerts, and like there's hundreds of them. It's just like, okay, if you got ultra oversold, that's time to buy. Micro overbought, time to kind of mini sell. If you got ultra overbought, that's time to major sell, right? If you're ultra overbought, 1 hour, 4 hour day and then 1 day time frames all overbought, which generally means good time to sell, right? I bet you if you look at this, like Shopify over the next couple weeks, I bet you it's going to be down, right? Because PAL Algo gave us this alert, and I can make any alert you want. So if you subscribe to the Algo Alert service, let me know if there's an asset that's not on there, if you want to add it, or if there's like, if you want the hourly time frame and the daily time frame and the weekly time frame or whatever you want when they're all oversold or overbought simultaneously, I can create that within reason. Of course, I'm not going to do it for like every asset in the planet, but like, yeah, like the reason why I entered the last trade on XRP was because we hit XRP USD ML trend predictor sell alert. And then I think we hit a micro oversold. Yeah. No, this was August 2nd. Yeah, it was right here. XRP USD micro oversold conditions. So that's when I entered, was on the 5 minute, the 15 minute, and 1 hour time frames, all oversold simultaneously. And then look, XRP micro oversold again. And then we hit micro overbought. So great time to buy, great time to sell. And it just takes the guesswork out of it. It's like, no wonder I was shitty at trading before, because I didn't have PAL Algo. Now that I spent 3 hours of my life developing it and getting working the way I want, look at my win rate. 83.33, but it's actually higher than that because I just closed one, so it's probably like 86, 87. And look at my history. This is on BTCC. There'll be links in the description in the comment section. I only had one losing trade, and the only reason why I lost that trade, and I was in the green for a long time while I was sleeping, and then right before I woke up, I got stopped out. And that's because they faked us out. And I learned my lesson. I should have set my stop at 311, which was just above the high at 310. I would have risked about 10% or 15%. And I would have actually hit my target of around 290, which we hit. And I would have made like 20%. So that trade, had I have just set my stop 4 pennies higher, 5 pennies higher, I would have won. But again, if I was awake, I probably would even close that in the green. But let's just say, okay, I lost that trade. My first trade ever, 77%. Second trade, 39%. Third, 19, 18, minus 3, plus 36, plus 25, plus 12. I was joking today. I was like, BTCC picked the wrong person to work with. So I'm an affiliate with them. And, well, sorry, but like you only got 3% out of me. I got 77 out of you, 39, 19, 18, 36, 25, 12. And then guess what? This is copy trading. So all my copy traders won as well. So you magnify that by 19 copy traders. We just took them for a ride, folks. Yeah, you picked the wrong person to partner with. Yeah, you don't want to partner with me because I'm 7 out of 8 trades, man. And the only one that I lost was 3%, so. So close. I was looking for that bull flag entry, though, at 320. Must have been my slurred speech and drunkenness. But, well, whatever. At least I'm having a good time. Now I want a gin and watermelon slushy. That sounds actually awesome, but I'm not a huge sugar fan. Drink some water. Okay, got that one. How do you purchase Ripple? Got that one. Holding for 5 years. Got that one. Do you think it can help to push Cardano over the 80%? Like, the thing with Cardano, right, is my friend was buying this when it was at 2 pennies, 3 pennies, right? And you got to go back. Like, most people aren't looking at exchanges long enough. So go back to Poloniex. Go to the monthly time frame. This thing was at, oh, not even Poloniex. Let's go to, what's the oldest one? See, you got to look at the oldest history, right? And I would say the oldest one, what is, I don't even know. Would it be Binance? Yeah, Binance. Crazy. So this thing hit a penny, right? It was at a penny. And then it went to $3. $3 from a penny. So who cares if it's at 80 cents? Personally, I'm like, delete it, never look at it ever again. Like, to be honest, unless it goes back down to like 10 cents or whatever. Why? Right? Even if it goes back to all-time highs from here, that's a 3x. Who cares? $1,000 into $3,000? I could care less. I'd rather look at like a Flare, which is like way more bullish than Cardano in my opinion. And we're at 2 pennies. So if this thing goes to $3, guess what? Okay, well, it's going to take us a while to zoom out here. Okay, but we'll get there. Okay, let's go to $3. That's 130x. $1,000 into $130,000. Now you're speaking my language, right? Now I'm interested, right? I could care less about an asset that's at 80 cents. I just went from a penny in 2020. Not to say that I don't think Cardano's going to do well. It's just not in my wheelhouse at this point, right? I don't care. Like, I want to get the assets that are due for an explosion, and Cardano already had the biggest explosion, probably one of the biggest explosions of the crypto space. So it's not even on my radar. Maybe for a quick trade on BTCC or something like that, which we were discussing in the Powgroup private community, which I'm sure we could probably find a 4-hour bull flag or an hourly bull flag if we get right down into the nitty gritty here. And then sure enough, yep, hourly bull flag. So again, I don't need to know this because I put in thousands of hours of research, right? So, and then I just know what to look for when I look at the chart, and it takes me like 2 seconds. And then I got Palo Algo alerts that does it for me, so it cuts my life down. And you got to think, like, I've got like 100 people in my Powgroup private community and thousands of people on YouTube asking me for things, right? So having the algo alerts is basically my brain in computer code that does it for me, and I don't even have to think about it. So if anybody likes the Palo Algo alerts, it's me, because it saves my brain from working overdrive. So yeah, we're looking at like 81 cents on this hourly bull flag, as long as we hold 76. But again, I just don't care enough, to be honest. Like, Cardano's crap, right? It was created after Ethereum, was created after XRP. It's crap, right? Like, it was Bitcoin, then XRP, then Ethereum. And everything else is crap. And Bitcoin's crap because it was created and it failed to do what it was set out to do, was become a peer-to-peer cash. Now they pivoted to digital gold. XRP is digital cash. And guess what? You can tokenize anything. You can tokenize Bitcoin on the XRP ledger. You can tokenize anything of value, mortgages, whatever, deeds, like a painting, whatever you want on the XRP ledger. Stocks, bonds, crypto, whatever. Anything you want can be represented of value on the XRP ledger. It was the world's first decentralized exchange, DEX. It is the internet of value, right? It's set out to do what Bitcoin was. That's why they created XRP, is because Bitcoin had all these flaws, right? It was expensive and clunky and slow and all this other stuff. There is no second best. They say this about Bitcoin. They actually mean there is no second best, because XRP was the second one to create the better Bitcoin, because Bitcoin failed. And then after that, then the sentence makes sense. Then the statement makes sense. There is no second best after the second best, right? XRP was the second best because it was created to be the best after the first one failed. And then from there on, that statement held true. There is no second best next to XRP. Eric, can you please just shut the fuck up? Shout out to Hexo. What are you talking about? Like, you're gonna have to explain yourself here, because you're about 5 seconds away from a ban here. If you want to somehow redeem yourself, shout out to Hexo. Last time I checked, Hexo is a part of Tilray, and Tilray is probably the #1 company in cannabis. So did they go bankrupt? No. Did I say that AYR was going to go bankrupt about fucking 500 times? Yes. Guess what happened? A lot sooner than I thought. Like, you fucking smart ass piece of shit. Like, get out of here. You know, you're banned. Like, oh, I can't stand assholes, man. Like, shout out to Hexo. Shout out to Ban for Life. Like, you're such an idiot. Like, I can't even find you in the chat here, because there's too many other good people commenting, and then your stupid ass one's somewhere lost in here. Shout out to Hexo. Like, I don't know if there was any malicious intent in there, but yeah, be careful with what you say on my channel, or else you get banned. So, bye-bye. No one was talking about Hexo, and you're just being a dick, from what I can tell. So, and like, think about it. These people actually have money invested in these companies. So if you're talking ill of a company that fell under, do you see me talking about shout out to AYR at $0 and oh my god, it hit 0.1 and 0 cent and a penny today, because some people are delusional. But do you see me shout out to the AYRs? No, because I'm not a fucking piece of shit. Like, people actually lost money here, you asshole. And if they lost money on Hexo, they didn't lose the money because it converted into Tilray shares. And guess what? Tilray shares being at 60 cents or 65 cents is better than AYR at 0.01 or 0.0 like it was at the other day, which is going to zero. It's going to cease to exist. So, float. You're not welcome here. Shout out to Hexo. Shout out to Ban and Never Come Back. If Hexo went bankrupt or ceased to exist and people were left with nothing, okay, Rod, held accountable. But guess what? That's not what happened. It's not like MedMen, where I was like, oh, buy MedMen. I was like, when I said I was going to buy MedMen, I was like, I'm literally putting like a few $100 into it. It's nothing more than a gamble, because Tilray has their convertible debt and they might buy it, right? I'm fully transparent. I'm not investing any more than a few $100. If you do, you could lose it all, right? Whereas I said with Hexo, that would never happen. And then Tilray bought them. Why? Why did Tilray buy them? Because they're the best fucking cannabis company on the planet. That's why they bought them. Hexo was the best company. And guess why? Because they had Redecan. Redecan is the crown jewel of the whole space. Redecan was the only profitable company in Canada when Hexo bought them. But nobody would know this, because no one has spent more than 5 fucking minutes at anything. And to come on my show and be like, oh, shout out to Hexo. Like, again, bye-bye. That's enough of you. Moving on. Man, people are assholes. Like, they wake up in the middle of the night and they're probably just like, you know what? Like, let's just go on fucking Facebook or whatever and just be a dick. Just because I have nothing else to do. I'm supposed to be sleeping, but I'd rather just go on social media and be an asshole or go on YouTube and be an asshole. Like, pity you. Shame on all of you. Like, you're all terrible human beings. It's time to start fucking being nice and, like these people, man. It just makes my blood boil. What is going on? Like, we're usually full of, like, normal people, and then we got, like a bunch of assholes all of a sudden. Hosers, man, because of them, we had 5 years to build our bag. We should thank them. Yeah, that's a better way of looking at it, my friend. But I've been building it since 2017, so I was ready for, like, 3 years, and then another 5 years was just like, oh, God damn it. Wow, I've never heard Rod swear like this. Yeah, again, like, it's late at night. I know my daughter's in bed. I know everybody else is mostly in bed. And I said at the beginning of the stream, I'm having a couple beers, having some fun, and then some assholes came in the stream. So I'm sorry, but yeah, like, the longer I do this, the longer it makes, like, the more it makes me want to stop doing it. Just for the public. Because the public are so unappreciative. And, like, I'm not here to appease the public, right? If you think I'm here for views and clicks and everything else, why would I start a stream with no thumbnail, no title, just saying, I am live? Right? No exclamation points like XRP to $1,000 or $10,000, right? Like, I'm not here for that. I don't need your money. I don't need any, like, and thank you, Aztan, you donated $1.99, but please don't donate me any money. I don't need any money. Like, stop donating me money, please. I don't need it. Thank you. I really do appreciate it, though. But there's no way for me to not accept donations on YouTube. What I want is for you to make money. I want you to make, screw that $1.99 that you're giving me. I want you to make 199,000 or 1.99 million. That's my goal. I'm not here to scam you of your time and your engagement to give you fluff, right? And I get pissed off because the longer I, like, still to this day, I see XRP influencers saying, and like, I've been covering XRP since it was 20 cents. I just showed you the video right here, 21 cents. This is back in December 2020. Look how young I looked. Fuck, he's handsome. But, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not here to get clicks. I really don't want that. Like, I don't want to be famous. I don't want to walk down the street and be like, oh, it's Jake Claver or whatever. Like, no. I don't want that. I want to be low-key famous. I already have enough money I don't know what to do with. And guess what? I own more XRP than there is anybody that ever would view my video, right? I know this. I've been buying it since 2017. I'm 35. I've bought multiple real estate properties that over doubled in like 4 years because I bought at the lows and I bought in properties in markets that were just doomed to explode. And C19 happened and then everything exploded, right? Everybody wanted to own a home, work from home and everything. But guess what? The biggest crash in history is coming for real estate. Guess what I did? I sold majority of my real estate. And now I'm buying condos in Edmonton. You can buy a condo in Edmonton for like 60 grand US, folks. Not even, like 40 grand US, less than a Tesla. Okay? You can buy a condo downtown, Edmonton, Oilers, who went to the Stanley Cup final versus Florida. Like, that tells you that some shit's not right, right? Like, I don't need to, like, again, I'm not here for views on YouTube. So, yeah, excuse me for being honest and raw with y'all. But, yeah, I'm not swearing because of no reason. I'm fired up because, like I said, when these things happen, when XRP case ends, most people are like, oh my God, that's happy-go-lucky. I'm like, fucking stupid. Like, this was such nonsense. 5 years wasted. And like, you even seen that with the judge, Annalisa Torres. She's like, what the hell are you guys talking about? Like, you just wasted 5 years of my fucking life. And now you're just going to be like, oh, no, we're just going to cut that fine. Like, no, I said the fine was the fine. withdraw your appeals and end with it. Like, be done with it. And that's what they did. They're like, okay, Miss Annalisa Torres, we're just gonna drop our appeals, and you're the best. You know, she was like, screw you. I made a ruling. Abide by it, right? And kudos to her. But it was all planned, in my opinion. But sorry if I'm offending anybody with the swearing or whatever. Like, that's not my intention. Like, I'm just, it's just so dumb. I'm hoping by my swearing that y'all are starting to get it. XRP and ISO bags are packed already. Yeah, I mean, like, the new messaging standard, you have to remember, like, Swift is messaging. XRP is settlement and liquidity, which is what Swift lacks. So XRP is the killer app of Swift, right? And we all know that it's going to be the replacement. There's not even a question about it. I want to know what drink he's having. I want to. I'm having straight rum. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kind of addicted to this thing, even though it's my third one. But man, they're good. It's from Campio, but it's also from Jasper Brewing Co., I think it is, in Alberta. And it's called Tangerine Dream. I'll read you the whole spiel here on the can. A crushable tangerine fruit bomb that tastes a little like your weekend mimosa and a lot like your new favorite beer. So, yeah, it's awesome. CGC, I just posted a video on their earnings prep. There's not really much to see here, man. Unfortunately. Like, this thing's like doomed till like 2027. You got a symmetrical triangle forming. I'd be looking at like there to there. So I'm looking at who knows? who really knows? Like, earnings is such a gamble. Let's say we were to break out. Like, when you break out of this, you just take your measured move and then go to where we broke out. And you want to see a candle close above that on the hourly. But then if we broke out to the daily, to the downside and was on the hourly, then we look at there, like get to close to the nearest point of the end of that triangle. But yeah, we're looking at like 94 cents if it's a bearish reaction, and somewhere around 117 if it's a bullish reaction. I just can't see it being bullish anywhere or going to zero. Lackluster other earnings. If we're waiting on C2C to be the one to save us in cannabis earnings land, God help us all. That's all I can say. Thanks, Rod. You bet, Justin. Canara Gang here. Canara Gang are great. Yeah. But again, Canara is not even in all of Canada yet, right? Like, I've been making content on Canara. Let's just go look. Let's look at Canara. And this won't bring up the oldest one, and I'm not going to go through all of the oldest ones. But yeah, like let's look. My first ever interview with Canara was over 3 years ago. So I've been covering this company since its reverse split. Oh yes, it did a reverse split, folks. Same people who say, oh, Tilray's going to do a reverse split, it's garbage. Well, guess what? Canara did one, and everybody loves it now. So it was a thing of the past. So let's just... Oh, I don't believe him. It's Pal Group. He's lying. Okay, let's go back. Oh, what do you know? 1 for 10. Wasn't Tilray supposed to do a 1 for 10 or a 1 for 20? Oh, wait. Didn't ACB Aurora do 2? A 1 for 12 and then a 1 for 10? How many has Tilray done? Big fucking fat 0. But yet, everybody wants to say Tilray's going to... Like, anybody who thinks Tilray's going to 0... You need to stop watching these videos. Stop watching everything finance. Like, find a different profession. Never watch financial videos ever again. You will not succeed. Like, I'm not here to tell you what you want to hear. I'm here to tell you what you need to hear. And, yeah, Canara's great. But Canara doesn't even operate in all of Canada yet. Right? They're not even all across Canada. Tilray's in 21 different... well, actually, I think it's 22. But they said in the conference call they sold... cannabis products in 21 different countries last year in fiscal 2025. Canara doesn't even sell to all of Canada, right? So it's no wonder they have profitability. They're in Quebec, low utilities, right? But I bet you, I told you, Redecan is competing with Cannara's quality, and Broken Coast is also under Tilray. Folks, what I would like to see is Cannara be absorbed by Tilray, honestly. Because there's not going to be any competition. Tilray's going to just destroy them all, right? Redecan, I've had Redecan, and I've had Cannara products. Every single one of them. I've had every one. And guess what? Redecan's way better, and it's way cheaper, and it's way more plentiful. They have way more supply. They have way more grow capacity. They're in way more countries. What do you think's going to happen, right? Once Italy starts to go live, Tilray's first there. Germany and France is now like. You think Cannara's just going to come in here 5-10 years later and be like, oh yeah, we're just going to disrupt everybody, and you don't think that Tilray's going to find out how to grow cheaper and better weed? They already do. They acquired Redecan, which was guess from shout out to Hexo. Fucking asshole. Are we getting close on SPY to have that blow off top moment? Seems like we're really grinding higher. I'm so surprised that we haven't had any pullback yet. Well, actually we did, right? So we had a daily bull flag targeting 648 on SPY and a weekly bull flag targeting 655. So if you have a daily bull flag and a weekly bull flag saying 648 and 65, what are we going to expect? 630, 500? No, we're going to expect somewhere around 640 to 660, right? And look, we just hit 640 and then we pulled back about 3%. But remember, not too long ago, we had this rising wedge and then we pulled back like 20% on the S&P 500, right? So it's all relative. We already pulled back. Like, everybody thought this was the end of the bull market. And I remember making videos saying, no, this isn't the end of the bull market until we confirm monthly downtrends or lose the monthly uptrend. We didn't do that. And I said, bull market resumes. And so many people said, oh, you said it was doom and gloom. We're going to enter the biggest crash in history. I said, if this happens. And I even made a video saying, stock crash. I think it was the one with Elon. Anyways, I don't need to prove anything to anybody. I said, no, this isn't the end of the bull market. Again, if you're only here watching 1 or 2 videos, you're not going to get it, right? You need to be watching for years. And I've been covering this for years. And I said the XRP, I said XRP at 20 cents was a buy. I said Bitcoin at 3,000 was a buy. I said Tilray was a buy. It's not a buy right now because it's down in the dumps. But guess what? I said AUR is going to 0. In no time, it went to 0. Tilray is going to be the #1 company when it's all said and done. Curaleaf's going to be the #2 company. If not, they're probably going to merge, and it's a toss-up between one of the two. I don't need to convince you of anything more. Either do thousands of hours of research or piss off. I got nothing else for you. Until you do the thousands of hours worth of research, you're not going to understand it. I'm not going to be able to convince you anymore. Yeah, just like I couldn't convince you when XRP was at 20 cents. You're never going to do the 1,000 hours of research, but whatever. Rod has been on fire for a while now. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Love it. They're jealous of your success. Yeah, I don't even... Like, my YouTube success is shit, though. Right? like, I've been... Like, look at some of the other channels. And look at my channel. I've been operating since 2018. Look, I started my channel in October 28, 2018. I started with cannabis in mind as my normal, like, 90% of my content, which was flagged by YouTube, which means I was never promoted by any of the algorithm. When you look at all the content and all the videos, most of them are promoted by the suggested videos, right? The algorithm. If you look at my content, none of my videos are from suggested algorithm pushing. It's from search, from YouTube search, right? That just means that no one's like being recommended my stuff, right? Because it was cannabis. So I've got not even 10,000 subscribers, okay? You got people with XRP to $1,000, $10,000 thumbnails that have 100,000 subscribers that give people nothing, right? Absolute joke. And they were here long after 2018. They were here in like 2021, 2023, right? But yeah, I've been here since 2028 covering cannabis primarily. I've got over 2,100 videos and almost 2,000 views. There's some people that have 100 videos with like 1 billion views, right? Again, I'm not here to get views. I'm not here to get like, look at this. Ticker requests. I am live. Like, I'm not here to get clickbait, folks. I'm here to help people. And like I said, I don't need $500 for a YouTube video. I don't need $5. I don't need $500,000 from a YouTube video, because the only way I'm going to get to $500,000 for a YouTube video is by being a sellout and being a complete moron, right? So I'm not going to be a complete sellout and sell my soul just to get people to click and give them no value. I don't care about that. I've already reached a status in my life where money isn't an object. I don't care. What I want is to rid people of the rat race and to give them actual substance, not all this other bullshit. Or like, there's a reason why I'm not always selling courses, and like, I'll promote it the odd time, right? But I'm not here trying to sell stuff. I'm not here trying to get clickbait. But if you do want to succeed, you're gonna have to do some work. Okay? Like, it's not rocket science. So, but yeah, like, in terms of success in YouTube, I've got zero success. Like, I really don't have barely any success at all. But in terms of my actual lifestyle, I've got tons of success, but most people don't see that because it's not public. And I don't want it to be public. I don't want to be a showboat. I don't want everybody to know how much money I make. There's a reason why I don't come on here and show, oh, my portfolio is at this much, because I don't need to. I don't want to. I don't want people to know how much money I have. Fuck off. Like, no. If you saw how much money I had, you would fucking hate me. So, like, no, let's not do that. And it ain't no 100 grand or 200 grand. I was like, Rod, live right now. Why? Have a good time for sure, though. Yeah. Thank you very much, Alstan. I really appreciate it. Quebec women are slow here. Yeah, but again, they have the lowest utilities. That's why Canara's cleaning house. But yeah, I mean, slow and steady wins the race, though. And if you look at Quebec, the SQDCs has been the biggest beneficiary of Canadian legalization, right? Making a ton of money. Yeah, Quebec has too many laws on cannabis. We haven't even got gummies here. Yeah, it's ridiculous. But they do have beverages and stuff like that. So they really hate the cigarette style joints too. Which is weird because you can buy cigarettes and wine when you're like, what, 4? It's so dumb. Yes, how do you purchase XRP? Which platform? So I recommend just go to my YouTube channel, click on more links. You'll see here there's links. These are all trusted, vetted links. I wouldn't promote them if I didn't use them. I use Wealthsimple. You can actually get like $25 from using my link just for funding your account with $100. Wealthsimple is the best way in Canada. You'll get $100. With $100, you'll get $25, and you can buy XRP on there. If you're in the US, I recommend Uphold, and I think you get some money here as well for setting your account up there. There's a bunch now, like pretty much every platform. But I recommend those for sure. Hedera and Chainlink are doing great too. Yeah, they're probably like my top 5 holdings. It goes XRP, XLM. I can't remember if it's Hedera or Algo or Chainlink after that, but those are like my top 5. Have a great night, everyone. Thanks, Rod, for coming on. Cheers. Thanks, Justin. I really appreciate it. Thanks again and thanks for asking about my family and stuff too. I really appreciate it. Not just being an asshole. Like most people. Stupid Siri, Rod, not Rob. Yeah, okay, no worries. Yeah, I know a lot of people have like typos or what do you call it? Correction, either type correction or Siri correction. Can you go over XRT, please? I don't know what that is, so I can't really give much insight into that. And I'm running out of time here. I haven't eaten yet, so I would like to eat. But let me see if I can find it real quick here. XRT. Yeah, you're going to... is it XRT USD? Is that a stock, a crypto? Again, if you give me the exchange that it's on, that's always helpful. Yeah, I don't know if it's a stock or a crypto, so please let me know. Tempting, I was passed out, then I got the notification, fat finger, my bad. No raise. Sailor, yeah, what a sailor. Where can I purchase XRP? Coinbase, Shake Shack. Shake Shack. Yeah, you can get it at Coinbase too, I think. Just joined late. How is Tilray doing? It's doing pretty good. We need to get over 66 cents and hold 55 cents. Remember seeing your video yesterday about potentially hitting 50-cent area. Yeah, we didn't lose 55 cents though, which is the double bottom, so no worries. I think you need to smoke, Rod. I actually haven't smoked cannabis in like over 2 months, so yeah, maybe that's part of the problem. Maybe that's why I'm so angry lately. Say my guy, I would like to know how to read the charts. I watch a few videos of your content. I like what you're putting out. How do I get started? Great question. So there's so much information, so many different. Yeah, like where do you start, right? Like, are you a fundamentalist? Are you a technical analyst? Are you like price to earnings versus, like, are you looking in the technicals? Are you looking into more fundamentals, price, like book earning, book value, price to earnings, etc. All of these things are very different. So if you want to come check out PAL Group, we got a mix of everything. Just go to pursuitofwealthgroup.com or palgroup.ca and sign up for the free trial. You don't even need a credit card. So you can come in, you can see what works for you. No two people are the same, so you're always going to be different, right? But we do have courses. We do have the algo service that'll tell you when to buy or sell, early buy and sell signals if you're not into learning all the charts yourself. But if you want to learn the fundamentals and the technicals, what I recommend doing is doing these courses. They're not going to break the bank. Most people charge like $400 for a course, $500. This is $50 for the beginner one and $100 for the advanced one. I put 100 hours or more into this course, and basically it's 15 years of my life, 20 years of my life condensed into like 15 hours into a course. And here's everything that you're going to learn. And it filters out all the noise, the bullshit, all that stuff. And I teach what I think is the most, because like you're going to come in and you're going to be hit with so many different topics, right? It's like being a doctor. It's like coming into like picture learning financial markets and coming in being like, I don't want to learn financial markets. I want to become a doctor. And picture like having like surgery on your phone. Like I can just tap a few things and be a surgeon, right? I can just hit buy or sell. Oh, surgeon. It's not like that. Like becoming a financial and a trader or an investor and a successful one is like becoming a neurosurgeon. Less than 1% of the world are successful at it because people don't have realistic expectations coming in. And there's so much information. Like think about it. You can be a doctor in many different doctors, right? You can be a doctor or a lawyer on many different lawyer topics, right? So if you're coming into the financial markets, what do you want to do? Do you want to become a trader, investor, swing trader, scalp trader, day trader? Whatever you want to do. Investor, right? Value investor, fundamental investor, technical investor. What is it, right? And then hone in on that, whatever you're good at. You'll never learn until you dip your foot in. But filter out all the noise. That's why I can't sit Reddit, and I don't participate on Reddit. It's just an adult daycare. And I focus on, so if you want to learn, I would say go here. But there's tons of other people that have courses as well. I don't think any of them are worth anything. Like I said, mine's $50, $100. I'm not trying to sell courses, but if you want to learn everything that I know, this is the best way to do it because I put my brain into a course and I give you probably the best learning experience you're ever going to learn. I've got so many people in PAL Group saying that, like the best student becomes the best teacher. And the saying goes, if you can't teach it, you don't really know what you're talking about. And what I pride myself on is being able to teach things in a very simple, easy to understand manner so that anybody can understand it. Like, explain it to me like I'm 5, right? So, hopefully, again, I could care less if you sign up for it or not. What I want is you to succeed. And obviously, I can't sit down here with, we got 18 people still viewing after an hour and 13 minutes. Obviously, I can't sit down with every 18 people or 20 people or 300 people that join my live streams or videos each and every day, right? I don't have enough time, right? I don't have enough time for my own self. So I like there has to be some sort of incentivization for me. And then also I have to automate it. And the way for me to automate it is to put it into a course. And to be honest, I was offering the course for free for the longest time. You could just sign up for free. And I was like, well, okay, well, eventually this has to end, right? It can't always be free. But it started off free. And the PAL Group private community used to be $4. The PAL Algo Alert service used to be $4. And there's still people today paying $4 for the community and $4 for the algo service. Now today it's $339 Canadian a year, and the algo service is $299 a year. There's still people paying $4 because they got it way before the price increases. And again, I'm one guy, right? I don't have enough hours in a day. I wish I did, right? I can't change everyone's lives intimately, right? Like I can't meet with everybody and coach everybody for free, because if I did, I'd have no time, right? And then how would I better myself and learn all the things that I've learned and help my family, right? It just doesn't make any sense, right? It's called running a business. And to be honest, the people who don't pay any money don't learn anything. It's like I told my partner and learning about our daughter. I don't want my daughter to have her school paid for. I want to have a contingency plan and some money to pay for it if she can't afford all of it. But I want to instill the value of money and hard work. I had my college paid off before I even graduated, right? Most of my friends, I would say 99% of them, were racking up even more debt. And they're still probably to this day, 10, 20 years later after school, paying off their debt from school. So I would rather instill the value of hard working early, because you're going to appreciate it more, right? You're going to take it more seriously. If I just give you free coaching, and then not only that, if I take on a sponsorship to a channel, right? If I take a sponsor onto my channel and they don't pay me any money, how do I know it's not a scam? If they're willing to pay me whatever up front, $500, $1,000, I don't charge a ton, right? But I have to believe in the project. I'm not just going to promote any, like there's companies promoting AYR for the longest time for money. I would never do that, right? Because that's a piece of crap. The company's going to zero. I don't care if you pay me $1 million. The company's going to zero, and I knew this. I'm not going to promote them, right? But if I believe in a project and I think it has long-term staying power, I'm going to accept it. I'm going to demand an upfront payment, because if I don't get one, that shows me that the company isn't willing to put their money where their mouth is. And if you're not willing to pay me money as a sponsor, how can I trust that you're the real deal, right? If you're willing to give me $1,000 up front to talk about your company or your brand, that tells me that you're confident in your company and your brand, right? It adds more conviction to my belief. And I'm not going to promote something to you unless I use it or believe in it, right? Same like, again, when you come here for the real information. And now there's 10 people. There was 20, now there's 10. Because most people, they come here for the secret sauce. And they're like, oh, well, the secret sauce wasn't told in 10 or 20 minutes or an hour. The fact is, the secret sauce cannot be told in 10 minutes or an hour. It takes a lot longer than that. It's a journey, right? So I commend the 10 people that are still here. And, maybe some people are going to bed and they're going to watch the rest tomorrow. But, yeah, like, what can I tell you? There's no $1,000, $10,000 thumbnail here. I'm not here talking like everybody, like they want to hear this stuff, right? I'm telling people what they need to hear. And probably, quite frankly, they probably don't even want to hear it at all. But guess what? That's how I roll. All right, let's go through a little quicker here. Attempting. I keep losing my position because there keeps being like new comments coming in, and I lose it. Hook me up. I want to buy a condo in Alberta. Well, best way to do it is just to do it. Calgary's been on the up and up. I've been mentioning that for a while now. I've even got a playlist on real estate. Dude, like, I've got an Airbnb. My expenses per month are like $1,000, and I can bring in $5,000 to like $6,000 a month on that Airbnb. And I've got 2 of them. And the other one's only like $700 a month. Like, it's so dirt cheap. Like, I wouldn't even consider renting it out long term, because why would I? What am I going to get, like $1,200 a month? Why would I rent it out for $1,200 or $1,400 when I can get like $5,000 a month on short-term rentals? And like, I use Airbnb, I use Booking.com, I use Vrbo. And yeah, it's insane, man. Like, the amount of money you can make. And like, I got cleaners now. I got a cleaner, a backup cleaner. Got myself and my partner in case we need to. Like today, my intercom wasn't working, so I had to go there and let them in. But again, you don't hear this from people, right? You don't hear this from people on YouTube. They're just like, oh, this, that, and the other. If you do this, you'll be rich and blah, blah, blah. Like, no. If you knew what I did on a run of a day, if you had to like take your whoever to work day with Rod, you'd be like, oh my god, this guy's not human. Like this guy, there's no, and I'm not trying to gloat. I'm not trying. Like I swear to God, I literally swear on my life, I don't think there's one other person that worked harder than I do, and there might be like Elon Musk or something like that, maybe, but like out of my friend group and out of anybody that I know, you come work with me for a day or two, and you'll be like, holy shit, like. It's balls to the walls nonstop every day. Tilray Resistance 66 and 50. Yeah, see, Jam's getting it. He's in the Powder Proud community. He knows everything. It's stuck at that range for who asked. Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Jam. I really appreciate it. You're the best, my man. Do you think poor earnings from C2C and ACB will be beneficial to Tilray long term? Absolutely. And like AYR shit in the bed, right? Going to zero, fucking terrible, absolute junk. Yeah, there's going to be a lot more than that, Danny, right? Like we don't need thousands. There's over 1,000 producers in Canada. Producers, not retailers, producers. And then in the US, there's thousands. Like how many beer distributors and producers, or sorry, not distributors, how many beer producers do you know? Right? Not the craft ones, the mainstream ones. There's like a few, right? There's like a handful or like a dozen, right? So there ain't going to be thousands. There's going to be a lot more consolidation. And the more that these companies start dropping like flies, like Verano, Ascend, what other of these garbage? Cresco in the U.S., even Trulieve is kind of a piece of crap, in my opinion. Green Thumb wouldn't be surprised if they went private. They don't give a shit about investors whatsoever. Yeah, I just... Like my top picks, Tilray, Curaleaf, Oxley, Organigram, love them. SNDL... Kronos is good. I shouldn't have started naming some, but those are fantastic producers. But yeah, obviously the shittier these earnings are and the more the companies drop like flies, the better for the sound companies, right? Why the hell Edmonton cheap like that? It's because that's the way the market works, and we're in the North Pole pretty much. But you know, some days we'll have like minus 40, minus 30 weather, Celsius, which is ridiculous. But sometimes we'll have like plus 30, plus 40 in like May. So like it's pretty awesome actually. And we got the Oilers. Yeah, like I love it here. I absolutely love it. And I mean prices were like that in PEI too, but then they skyrocketed. It won't be long, right? It's just cyclical. Prices ballooned in 2007, 2008 in Edmonton. And then we hit a cyclical, the whole oil and gas industry blew up. And then for like 15 years, it just downward spiral, death spiral. But yeah, now we're, 60K Canadian. No, yeah. There's some condos in Edmonton, downtown, that I know that people bought for like 30 or 40,000 Canadian. It's insane. Like 20,000 US, 25,000 US. Like more than, like less than a used car. And people are like, I don't know how to make money in this day and age. It's like, open your friggin' eyes, I guess. TerraSend, yeah, I could care less about TerraSend. To be honest, no interest whatsoever. I can't wait until Tilray hits, and I think Canopy still owns like 13% TerraSend, so TerraSend may join the CUSA Canopy USA umbrella. I would say that's the most likely scenario. I would say TerraSend has about zero value, though. I can't wait until Tilray hits $40 so we can laugh at Martin Lucas, investor, for clowning. I don't remember him clowning me, but yeah, anybody can clown me because, again, I know for a fucking fact that nobody on the planet has invested any more time into researching Tilray than I have. And I don't care who you talk to, who your investors are, who your connections are. I spent more time researching this company than anybody on the planet. I spent more time in researching XRP than probably 99% of people on the planet. But I'm pretty confident I'm like probably the number one on the planet who's done the most investment research in Tilray. But in terms of XRP, there's tons of other people who've done more than me. But I would say probably 99 percentile have done less than me on XRP. So I don't care. I don't need to rub it in anybody's face. Because I know, right? I don't get excited. We talked about this Power Group private community today. Someone said, how come you don't get excited? And I said, why would I get excited? I have more than enough money that I need, right? I know that XRP is a $10 asset. I know that it's a $100 asset. I know that it's a $1,000 asset. I know that Tilray is a $1 asset, a $10 asset, a $50 asset, a $100 asset. So why would I get excited, right? I've done thousands of hours of research. If anything, I'm like fucking kind of mad again. I'm like, why did it take this long? Right? I knew what I knew, right? I'm not here to like say, like, I'm not like most people. Most people are like, oh, is Tilray going to go bankrupt? Is it a good investment? Isn't it not a good investment? I'm like, no. I'm like, when do we hit the $100? Like, there is no $0 or bankruptcy for me. It's when do we hit $100 on XRP and Tilray? That's my mindset. And when we do, I'm like, fuck, finally. It's not excited. It's like, I'm kind of pissed off it took this long, right? Because I know what I hold. I'm seriously thinking buying Tilray tomorrow. I've pretty much already loaded up. I'm waiting until I rotate crypto profits to buy more MJ. So I'm going to be selling like 80 to 90% of my crypto holdings. And then of that 80 to 90%, I'm going to take 10 to 20% of those 80 to 90% profits and rotate them into more beaten down MJ. But I'm just being patient. Wait till things reverse back up for cannabis. Your channel will be famous for real. Yeah, and like, again, like, I don't... My goal isn't to be famous or infamous or non-famous. I don't care about any of that, to be honest. But thank you. I appreciate it, Moonphase. Like, I agree. Like, yeah, obviously. And then as we get closer to reform in the U.S., like, we're already starting to see my content not be shadow banned and demonetized. So, like, for 99% of my channel's existence, when I would post cannabis content, it wouldn't get monetized. So I wouldn't even be able to make money off my videos. So if I'm not making money off my videos, what do you think that means, Moonphase? That means that YouTube and Google, Alphabet, the parent company, doesn't make any money. So what does that mean? They're probably not going to promote my company or my videos to many people, right? Because if they're going to promote me and not get paid any money, why would they promote me? The algorithm doesn't like me, right? Doesn't like me for telling the truth. Doesn't like me for covering cannabis. But now that the algorithm's starting to like me, well, then YouTube starts to like me. Google starts to like me. Alphabet starts to like me, right? But again, if I was here for that, I'd be XRP $1,000 thumbnails, $10,000 thumbnails, right? And that's not what I'm here for. XRT is a stock. Okay, yeah, there was a crypto as well, so that's why we always got to have the exchange. But yeah, I'm looking at the chart here right now. I'll take a quick peek at it for you. So it's a weekly bull flag. I would go from there to there because that's the first meaningful consolidation period. So key support is going to be $73. Lose that, we're probably heading back down to around 65. But maintain that and then break key resistance at, we'll say, 84. We're looking at a move up to around 97 or 100 psychological. So it's looking pretty good. Oh, speak of the devil, we got Martin Lucas in the house. Not sure when you joined, but what a great day. Great to catch you live. Thank you very much. Yeah, so Martin, someone said you said that I was a clown. What was the comment? I can't wait till the day Tilray hits $40 so we can laugh at Martin Lucas for clowning you. You didn't clown me, did you, Martin? You wouldn't do that to me. I don't think you did. Yo, Rod, can you unlock my Turk Pusher account? I was blocked. I think I made jokes mocking people who give you shit for making comparisons between Tesla and Tilray. This is the best stock channel. Tilray and XRP are my top investments. So I gotta ask, Rob Saul fan, why were you mocking me? To be honest, I don't have the time or the care to, I appreciate you supporting me, but if you were mocking me or people on my channel for making comparisons between Tesla and Tilray, then I would say it's fitting that you use an account that is difficult, because you were making our lives difficult. So if it's difficult to switch between videos to be able to comment, sorry, bud, you reaped what you sowed on that one. Still here, Rod. Nice, I appreciate you. I've been considering visiting Canada. What's the best area to stay? I've heard not so good things about Toronto. Yeah, I mean, anything, right? Like, it's post C-19, everything's shit. So Everything's gone to shit. So anything anywhere downtown, I hear people come to Edmonton all the time. They're like, "Oh my god, what a shithole!" And it's like, have you been to downtown Toronto? Have you been to downtown Vancouver? Have you been to East Hastings, Vancouver? Have you been to Seattle downtown? Have you been to Miami downtown? These people are like from the country and don't know what anything is. So yeah. Hey Rod, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fantastic. Never been better. Hey Martin, good to see you. Jam says hi, Jam. Anyone that say Tilray is going to zero is pretty much a moron. Yeah, they should be probably quitting financial markets forever and never look at a stock chart or financial investing ever again. Or like Martin Lucas says, buy the S&P 500 and yeah, just wait it out. Because if you think Tilray is going to zero, you're probably negative IQ, I would say. What did I miss, says Balal. Thank you for joining, core member on YouTube. Sorry, just a passionate POW Group fan, says Danny Chan. Why are you saying sorry? I don't remember why you said... Oh, yeah, no worries. You're the CGC guy. Yeah, no worries. No worries at all. Ask away. He was clowning in my eyes. Oh, were you the one that said the Martin Lucas investor thing? Why can't I scroll up? Oh, there's a lot of comments here. Now I can't find it. Where'd it go? It was like really right before. Yeah, Danny Chan. I can't wait until we're invested for clowning you. So yeah, Danny Chan. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I really don't think Martin was clowning me. He might come across like that, right? Like he made the joke about the Bullish Triple Thunder crossover, and he made the post about did you think it was rubbish, valuable, or undecided? And like majority of people said it was. But again, most people don't want to learn, right? They just want to come and view a video and be told what to buy and what to think and how to think and when to think and like when to buy, when to sell. Most people don't want to learn it themselves. So I'm into teaching people how to learn it themselves. And yeah, I'm not here to convince anybody, right? Like I come on here, I tell you XRP is going to be the most valuable digital currency in the planet. I tell you that Ripple is going to be the most valuable company in the planet. I'm telling you that Tilray and Curaleaf are going to be the most valuable cannabis companies on the planet. I don't need to get into the intricacies of why, because you're not going to put in the thousands of hours worth of research that I did, right? So why am I going to speak to you until I'm blue in the face trying to convince you? There's no point. Like you're not going to put in the thousands of hours of research. There's tons of people on YouTube that are just starting to cover XRP now. I've been covering them since 2020, and I've been researching them for hours and hours a day since 2017, right? But people only come out of the woodwork when it's beneficial for them. They want to get views, right? So there's a reason why, that happens is because when an asset gets popular, it's like Amazon, right? Nobody wanted to own Amazon in the early days. It dropped 95%, right? And then how long did it, even after like 10 years later, 20 years later, people still didn't want to own, like even in 2005, most people didn't talk about Amazon. But in 2015, 2025, people were like, Amazon's the best stock ever, right? But the growth has already gone, right? I'm not here for 10% gains, 20% gains, even if it's on leverage or margin, whatever. I'm here for the 100x. I'm here for the 1000x gains, right? Like I was shouting from the rooftops at Oxley, and now you got people saying, oh, is AYR the next Oxley? No, it's not. It's anything but. Oxley was at a penny, and people look at a stock or an asset and they say, oh, it's at a penny, it's a good buy, or it's not a good buy, whatever they think. But you have to look at Oxley. Oxley was the number one in Canada. They had the number one selling vape, all-in-one vape. They were first in class. They had the number one brands with Liquid Imagination. They had number one pre-rolls with the Wedding Pie, and they had Imperial Brands investments. And they had the going concern, right, because their cash position and whatever. But Imperial Brands, right, big tobacco giant. They had all these number one products and brands and first to market different product categories. This thing went from a penny to 15 cents, and I still think it's to 18 cents actually, and it's still undervalued at 18 cents. This thing should be at $1, 50 cents to $1, right? AYR, this piece of shit shouldn't even be trading. This should be at -0 today, yesterday, and stop trading ever. Someone said today, there's something about AYR. It's like, I think it was Andy in the Pal Group private community. Well, if the market cap is $20, for it to go up $100 or 100%, you only need to add $20, right? So today, the volume, the last time I checked, was like 8,000. So let's just check this thing. It has 1.86 million shares traded today. So 186 million. And we'll just use the high of the day, modestly, at 2 cents. Ah, shit. Times 0.02. $37,000 were traded in the AYR today. Okay. Now let's go to Tilray. Tilray had 15 million shares traded at 65 cents. And that seems low. One time it had like billions. It had 9,750,000. Okay. One person, one day trader could enter a trade on AYR with $30,000, right? And then some people were saying, oh, it's day traders entering AYR. Hell no. Fuck no. Day traders are entering with like $10,000, $20,000. You think they're going to enter a stock that had $30,000 volume traded? That's zero liquidity. That's negative liquidity, right? So again, it's you're not going to learn. If you stick with us here on this channel, you're not going to learn what most people learn, right? You're going to learn how to become generationally wealthy. Like you're gonna set your family's family up, right? You're not going to buy, you know, this like Tesla in 2018 or 2019. You're going to buy Tesla when it was like in 20, you know, sorry, you're not going to buy Tesla in like 2021 or 2022 or whatever the all-time high was there. You're going to buy it in like 2017, 2018 when no one wanted to buy it. That's what you get on this channel. When everything becomes apparent, that's when we sell. When everything becomes hated, that's when we buy, right? So it's the contrarian channel, essentially. And we're looking for new emerging markets, 100x gains, 1000x gains. That's our baseline. We're not looking for 10, 20%, even 100% gains, kind of not really in my wheelhouse. Like I'm looking for more of the 100x's, right? The 1000x, the 1000%, the 100x's. But no, I don't think he was clowning. Is Tilray still a bear flag even though it broke 65? No. Well, yeah. It didn't get follow through, right, Bilal? So if it breaks 66 cents with follow through, then yeah. No longer it's negated, but still it's basically a bull flag and a bear flag simultaneously. So again, it doesn't matter what we want or think or wish to happen. It's all about 55 cents and 66 cents. If we get over 66 cents with follow through and conviction, then we're no longer expecting lower prices. And if we get below 55 cents, then it's confirmed and we're expecting about 43 cents. I missed the rant. I'll watch it tomorrow. Good night, everyone. Thanks, Rod, for hanging out. You're the man. Thank you very much, Jam. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's it's always a fun time on here. We got a couple clowns on this live stream, but don't worry, we ban them pretty quickly. Yes, I was. Okay, cool. Bilal, 66 cents. Resistance, 55 support. Yeah, exactly. Martin confirmed. Yeah, not at all. Rod's a friend of mine. It's my entertainment style. Exactly. Yeah, just if he says I'm rubbish or whatever, it's not to be taken with personally, right? It's yeah, it's just trying to get a ruse out of people. Thanks, bro. No problem, man. Don't get high on your own supply. Jeff says, I'm not sure what that means. I did grow weed for a while, and I did get high on it, and it was probably the best thing ever. So I would disagree with that comment. And if you're also being a dick, you can also get banned pretty quickly. So stop being a dick. I got the inclination that you're being a dick. So, or you get this. Okay. Yeah, I got the inclination that you're being a dick. So let's just go ban him. Come on my channel on that. Don't get high on your own supply. Don't be, like. Okay. Bye-bye. Alright. Sweet. Gone. Perfect. No problem, man. You know far more about XRP than I do. I'm just about sharing relationships and fun. Yeah, absolutely. Like you're You're killing it, Martin. And yeah, no, I'm not trying to like gloat or say that I know more than XRP. There's tons of people that know more about XRP than I do. Like it's a whole different thing on like knowing what I know and then be able to regurgitate what I know. That's a whole different thing as well, right? Like it's you can't you can't have a conversation like an elevator pitch on XRP with people, right? Like you have to know, you have to put in the hours and hours and hours and years of research. And when you do, and then once you know like how financial markets work, right? The first they fight you, first they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, then you win. Once you know that the whole political world is like corrupt, once you know that C19 was a complete bullshit scam, like I read a paper in 2017 saying that the world governments were going to create a man-made virus to get rid of cash, and then 2 years later, C19 happened. So, like, forget all about your bullshit conspiracy theories. There is no conspiracy theory when you read it 2 years before it happened and then it happened, right? This tells you that they're all evil. So I hate all politics. I hate them all. That's how you get through life greatly and happily and full of love and no hate and no negativity. All positivity. Just hate all politics. Hate them all. They should all be fucking fired as far as I'm concerned. Especially in the U.S. Cannabis is still illegal. You're all fucking high on meth. Time to go fuck home and never come back. You're down and out. But yeah, it's bad. Like the state of affairs, especially in the U.S. politics. But I can't stand all of them. Nancy Pelosi net worth of over $400 million on a fucking $200,000 a year, $400,000 a year salary. Yeah, you Americans, I love you people, but you should all not riot. Don't riot the the Capitol. But you got to do something to get these corrupt SOBs out of there. They're nothing but Satan spawns. So get rid of them. Again, hate all the politics, but hate your politics the most. It's so bad. It's so bad. Canada been legal at cannabis level for federal level for 7 years now. And guess what? In Canada, we treat crypto as stocks. Oh, what gains on crypto are the same as stocks. What a profound concept. But in the US, they're still struggling. They're on the struggle bus. They can't seem to figure it out. But yeah, relationship fun. That's all fine and dandy too. I'm just here to make people money and life-changing wealth. So yeah, most people don't find me entertaining. Most people don't find me fun. I tell them what they need to hear, not what they want to hear, and quite frankly, I tell them what they don't want to hear, and therefore they don't really like what I have to say majority of the time. If it breaks 66, yeah, exactly. Thanks to Rod, I'm learning. Yeah, I was mocking people that were mocking you. I think you might have misunderstood. All good though. Yeah, I'm unsure. Then send me an email, info@pursuitofwealthgroup.com, and just let me know, and I'll get to it. I got so many people that I blocked. I don't even know. Send me an email. I'll get it sorted out for you. You're right. He has been pretty accurate. Yeah, absolutely. I think Tilray will be huge in the next 5 years when I believe MJ will be federally legalized in the state. Well, again, even if the U.S. doesn't legalize, right, in the states, like even if they don't legalize, Boris Jordan was saying it today. The U.S. is nothing compared to the U.K. and the rest of the world. Like, look at France, look at Germany, look at Italy, look at the U.K., look at Australia. Everybody was talking about how the U.S. is the best. And they're never first, they're never last, because they can leapfrog everybody. But there's more people in Europe than there is in the U.S., okay? And guess what? This is medicine. Everybody's going to need medicine, and everybody loves cannabis. So, like, look at Green Thumb. Green Thumb operates in less states in the U.S. than Tilray does in countries, okay? So what do you think that's going to take when Green Thumb starts to expand? It's going to take capital expenditures, and it's going to dip into their cash reserves. And guess what? If they buy other companies, they're going to want big premiums, usually around 20 to 30% in the cannabis industry, or they're going to be buying licenses, which are very expensive now. So either way, you're going to be spending top dollar building into that, dipping into that cash reserve, or building up capital expenditures, or diluting to expand. And that's why Curaleaf is very similar to Tilray and not profitable, is because they said they invested $400 million into international. That's what TrueLeaf has in cash. Okay? But again, nobody would know any of this because they didn't spend more than 5 fucking minutes learning about it. Right? So Yeah. Like, I don't have time for people anymore. Like, I'm not here to convince you, not convince you, whatever. Believe what you want to believe. But I know that 99% of people that come on my show, they haven't spent longer than 5 fucking minutes looking into these companies. Most of them can't even tell me a product, a brand, anything. Oh, I'm putting my whole life savings into this company. Is it good or not? Well, what's your favorite brand? What's your favorite product? Oh, I don't know. I can't even buy it. I'm in Canada and they're in the U.S. Or I'm in the U.S. and they're in Canada. Or they're like I'm in like Germany and they're in Canada or the U.S. Like, do you have any idea how crazy that sounds? Right? Like, this is your hard-earned money we're talking about here. And you don't need to invest hundreds of thousands of dollars into these cannabis companies or crypto companies. But yeah, sorry about that, Rob. If you can send me an email, if I misunderstood you, I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. On the way back to 69 cents, been on Tilray. Yeah, I would agree. Have a good night, Rod. Appreciate you for what you do. Going to have to agree on that. All politicians on both sides suck here in the U.S. They're absolutely fucking terrible. Like, they should all be fired and never let back ever again. And with prejudice and actually humility. Humiliation. We should shame every one of them. They should be put on a pedestal and... oh my God, it's bad. Like Elizabeth Warren, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Mitch McConnell, just absolute disgraces to the humankind. Like, these people should be just silenced for forever, and they should be robbed of all the money they have, and it should be given back to the American people, and they should go do like community service and pick up garbage for the rest of their life, and then get paid a wage. And it should be less than minimum wage because they're absolute pieces of crap. And it's insane to me that 80%, 90% of your population in the U.S., your citizens, you people, like the American people, 80 to 90% of you want it legalized, and your government says, fuck you, basically. Like, you're all like, no, you pay our salaries, but we're career politicians. We're going to do the bidding for the lobbyists, the big alcohol, big pharma, big tobacco, big corporations, and the incumbents, right? They don't give a shit about you. But how do you, like, it's such a rigged game, right? If you got two choices, right? here's the long and short of it. Here's the new president of the United States. Piece of crap on the left, piece of crap on the right, or piece of crap on the one side, like not even left and right, because there's going to be some people freaking out about that. I don't care. I'm color agnostic. I'm direction agnostic. It's this person and this person. Well, what if they both suck? Well, what's the other choice? There is no other choice. Okay? So they both sucked for forever now, right? And guess what? The word government literally means control. So they're not here to serve. They're here to control, right? Obviously, fucking crazy obvious if 80 to 90% of people want it legalized and they still haven't done it yet. And there's still no... After 7 years, Canada has legalized it federally. And the U.S. still doesn't have a fucking clue. Not even a remote pathway. And look at what they did to the crypto industry for the last 4 years. Well, really, since inception. It's just a complete gong show. These people need to, like, get the hell out of office and never come back. And I don't care if you're a new administration or not. Like... This administration was in the, like, Donald Trump, for example. He was president before, and guess what? He said, oh, we don't need any more currencies. We got the dollar. Now he loves it, right? He's just as big as a piece of crap as anyone else, right? He knew damn well. It was the U.S. government that created it, folks. It's not fucking rocket science here. The U.S. government created it. They created it out of thin air, just like they created U.S. dollars, and they have the most of it. They are Satoshi. And They made it out of nothing, out of thin air, right? And they're going to create a new financial system. They're going to create it like a libertarian movement. Oh, it was created by the people, for the people. It's the only way that 80 to 90% of people don't trust the government. So why are you going to trust a new system that they created? So they say, oh, it's created by this libertarian movement. Guess what? We'll create things like C-19, can't accept cash. That'll accelerate everything by like 10, 20 years. Bada bing, bada boom. Here we are, new financial system in about 2020, 30, right? What might have took like 30 more years, they did it by 2030. Instead of 2060, it was 2030, right? It doesn't take a genius to figure this out. You just have to spend more than 5 minutes learning about it, right? And probably a couple hundred hours. But most people aren't willing to do that. Most people don't want to learn. And there's ghosts hiding behind these curtains, right? The second you open these curtains, like, look at all these whistleblowers and shit. Like Edward Snowden and Roger Ver, they're not even allowed back in the U.S. because they're like, I have to be careful what I say, right? They're not even allowed back in the U.S. because of what they know and what they've said, right? This is the deep state, folks. This is our governments around the world. They're all colluding. Don't think that they're not all in it together. They're all of the G7, all of the major 20 countries, they're all in it. There's a reason why there's the New World Order, all governed by the WEF. And I'm not here to get conspiratorial because I don't care. Like, again, I'm not here to convince anybody. I already know. I read a paper 3 years before COVID happened. And then 3 years later, COVID happened. And guess what they did? The second that I read this paper 3 years before it happened, said they were going to create this man-made virus to get rid of cash. Get with the first thing that happened after this virus hit, that hit, people said it was man-made, and the first thing that the government started to do, say we don't accept cash. It's germs, right? So I don't need to think about conspiracy. I read it 3 years in fucking advance, right? But again, I still tell this to people, and they're like, "Oh, you're a conspiracy theorist." It's like, yeah, okay, well, I guess I'm a really great weatherman too, because I'm telling people what the weather is going to be, but I don't really know. You know? Anyways, again, if you want to come here for news, fluff, and bullshit, by all means, I'm here to tell you what it is, what I think, whether you like it or not. Any thought on ICP? Is that internet computer? Yeah, I think they'll do all right. New gold member here. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I don't even know where my phone is. It's in my pocket. All right. Thanks for becoming a new member. Yeah, I see we had a couple new people sign up, actually. Oh, Jesus. I haven't looked at XRP in a while. What's going on there? Yeah, it's so funny, too, Ray. Like, people see XRP at like $1 or $3, and they're like, should I sell? And I'm like, I'm not even looking at the price. I bought it at 20 cents. I don't even have to look at it to know that I need to sell or not. And actually, I'm going to order food here while I'm on here. Haven't eaten yet. See how much I love you guys and gals? Like, I haven't even eaten food. I don't even think I ate today. Oh, no, I did. I did eat a small little chunk there around noon. But I haven't had a full meal yet today. And I have a secret confession. I am addicted to Dave's Hot Chicken. So I'm going to order myself some Dave's Hot Chicken as we speak. Let me just get that under control here. What should I do? Should I do the number 4? The slider with fries? Yeah. That's my go-to. I was like, do I need fries? I don't really need... Yeah, I probably do. They have onion rings up in this bitch or what? No onion rings. Stupid. And I'm not doing the Reaper. My God. That thing is next level insane. Okay. Just make sure I got this all set correctly. Extra hot. Yeah, no Reaper. Check out. Oh! What? It's closed. It must have just closed because it says it's open. And oh, God damn it. That's so disheartening. Thank you for coming for becoming a gold member though. Let's take a look at ICP here real quick. God damn it. What am I gonna do? Looking so forward. See what I mean? Like, I'm on here giving my time, and I missed my Dave's Hot Chicken. I was looking forward to that all day. Missed it. Damn it. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, the XRP thing. Like, I don't even care. Like, is XRP at $4? I have a buy, like, on my long-term account. My first order or sell order is a limit sell, and it's at, look at XLM go. It's at $4 US. So I'll take out my initial investment there. So I don't even have to worry about it. I'll just wake up one day and I'll be like, oh, I'll get an alert saying your initial investment was taken out at $4, and then your next one's going to be at your next take profit. Like, I don't even need to worry about what the price is. I just need to wait for my phone to give me a notification saying you took profit. ICP USD, I already have it up here. So pretty choppy. We have our low, high, higher, low, higher, high, but stuck in this equilibrium, no real clear direction. And that would tell me there's a monthly inside bar, which there's 2 of them. So actually pretty much 3 in a row. So very choppy. I don't own any, don't really know much about it fundamentally. The fact that I don't own any should probably be enough, should be telling enough. I don't see anything crazy valuable here. But we are confirming a daily uptrend with the low, high, higher, low, and higher high. Next resistance at $6. Key support going forward is going to be $4.94. But yeah, I really don't have any input on this one or thoughts. Hope you do well. I don't think it's going to be a complete loser, but yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, 2 hours. Wow, I did not expect that. And I was going to enter that XRP bull flag, and man, that was one that got away. XLM as well, but there you go. I can't do all these trades when I'm doing live streams as well, so could have been making my members money, but I was on here giving people value for free. So, and I could have been making myself money and my family money. But anyway, yeah, it was super fun. I had a great time here. What else? Yeah, XRP. Again, I'm not here. XRP is going to $1,000, $10,000. Literally, I said I am live, and we got 8 people, 10 people viewing, probably consistently throughout the whole time. But I bet you any money, after 10 years, 20 years, the 8 people listening right now, the 10 people listening right now, you're gonna look back and be like, wow, my life is drastically different. The 100, 200 people that checked in and said, oh, I didn't get any immediate value out of this, like the instant gratification, they're going to be in the rat race, and they're not going to be any further ahead. Majority speaking. I wish that they were, but the fact of the matter is they're probably not going to be, right? Because if you think you're just going to tune into a video for 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and learn everything that you need to know to become financially independent, I got news for you. You're probably never going to be financially independent. So change your mindset, do things different, and you might have things different. All right, thanks everybody for joining, all of the new members as well. Really appreciate it. Thanks again for all of your support. And yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Enjoy the rest of your night. It's Rod with Powell Group, and we'll see you on the next one.